This is the next video, video number 4 for ITCE for week 4, and we're starting at slide 18. So the next step in the informational interviews and thank you note assignment is to decide what questions you want to ask the person. So I invite you to take a look at the Career Services Job Search booklet, which is posted in DC Connect, and there's a section on informational interviews. So take a look at that. You might also benefit from this hints and tips and tricks. So you're going to write questions to ask the interviewee, because when you contact them, you're going to tell them, share with them the questions as a Word document. You're going to send them a copy of the questions you want to ask them so that they're prepared to answer them and they know what they're getting into. Okay. Make sure that your questions are open questions that don't require just a yes or no answer, because your interview will be really, really quick and you won't learn a lot if you ask closed questions. So think about things like, could you please describe what a typical day looks like or a typical week looks like? Because you can't answer that with just a yes or a no. Another important thing to remember, like they mentioned in the video, is Google your questions and see if you can find an answer, or look on their website and see if you can find an answer. And if you can, it's a waste of the person's time. Create new questions. So when you think that you have this correct, and you know what kinds of questions that you want to ask, do this little check for understanding quiz right here. Then what we're going to do is email or phone the potential person and ask to schedule an interview. So I am going to let you use my sample email. That's fine. You can copy and paste this and maybe customize it a little bit. Okay. Or you can use this phone script. Either one is perfectly fine, but you want to have something in writing that to follow when you're speaking to the person, or something that is well organized. And remember, we did our clear communication activity last week about Ted Glenn. So these are some things that you could use just to, if you're not quite sure. And then what we're going to do during class time is we're going to practice. So you are going to work with a partner and you're going to send them a printed copy of the email that you've customized if you used mine, and ask them for some feedback. Okay, and then you'll make some revisions. Or if you're doing a phone request, then you'll go into your breakout group and with the webcam turned off, you'll read the person what you plan to say. And they'll give you some feedback about your enunciation, pitch, pace, and tone. Remember, we practiced that last week. And yeah, I just checked, and this last slide just talks a little bit more about making revisions as necessary to your script so that you're confident. Trick here is make sure that you practice or proofread, really proofread or get some feedback before you send that email or before you make that phone call.